As I said earlier, my name is Anne Dongo, counseling psychology lecturer from St. Paul's University. And in that capacity, I want us to address the issue of mental health in our society. Because this is an area that has been neglected for a long time, and it's an area that's affecting our society in a very big way. When we think about mental health, we think about a very important part of our well-being. And this is the part of us that influences how we think, how we feel, how we behave, relate with others, how we work, learn, and also respond to challenges. When we think about mental health, what are we talking about? It's a state of well-being in which a person, as I've said, is able to recognize their own abilities, be able to manage their stresses, the day-to-day stresses, work out in a productive manner. They are working, they are studying, whatever they do. And it is very important. Mental health is very important for all of us. And mental health is very closely related with mental illness. We need to understand mental health is the ability to function. When we are not able to function, then we have what? Mental illness. And this is where we suffer from depression, anxiety disorders, post-traumatic stress disorders, and others. Now, what are the causes of and the risks of mental illnesses? We have biological factors. Biological factors, these are to do with genetical inheritance. For example, the hormonal levels, neurological illnesses, and chronic illnesses such as HIV, cancer, diabetes, and epilepsy. Those are biological factors that can cause mental illness. We also have psychological factors, for example, prolonged stress, low self-esteem, negative thinking patterns, and all those can affect us and cause mental illness. Societal factors can also affect. For example, poverty. We've mentioned something about that. Living long in poverty, unemployment, financial constraints, they cause mental illness. When we think of food insecurity, when we are so much in debt, right? When we have instabilities in our homes, family conflicts, and all these. When we experience gender-based violence, all these cause what? Mental sickness or mental disorders, even unemployment, and substance use. Okay? Of late, we've been having many cases of intimate partner violence. All those cause a lot of mental illness. Now, what are the symptoms? Can we tell when somebody has a mental problem? Yes, we can. One, we have the emotional symptoms. These include persistent sadness, feeling of hopelessness, and experiencing emptiness. And other emotional symptoms. We think about difficulties in concentrating, confusion, repeated negative thoughts. All those are symptoms. We have behavioral symptoms, for example, social withdrawals, loss of motivation, declined school and work performance, and so many others. Now, how does mental illness affect our society? Mental illness and how it affects our society. We have increased stigma, discrimination, reduced participation in community activities, a lot of family conflicts, a lot of pressure in health, social care and security services. When we do not have good mental health, we have mental disorders, we suffer a lot in terms of loss of productivity and human potential. What about our families? Are our families affected by poor mental health? Yes. One is affecting people's independence, loss of independence. So we end up being dependent on others because we cannot do one or two things on our own, difficulty in performing daily activities in our families, and many others. And we also have problems of the caregivers. If you have a mental problem, you will need somebody to be there to give you what? The care that you need. Okay? There is also loss of income. Okay? Because somebody is not able to work because they have a mental disorder. Does mental disorder affect children? Yes, it does. When children have mental disorders or they live with people with mental disorders, they live with a lot of fear, a lot of confusion, and emotional insecurity. And in our country today, we have so many children who are experiencing this. Reduced supervision and support. Many children are on streets. Many children are in children rehabilitation centers because the families they come from are suffering from mental illness. What about our economy? Does mental illness affect our economy? Yes, it does. We have what is called absenteeism. Somebody is not able to go to work, somebody is not working. And this increases a lot of challenge at workplace. We have something else called presenteeism. Presenteeism. You are there, but what you are doing, nobody can tell. You are just there, but no productivity. And sometimes we find ourselves so busy in our workplaces, but what we are doing is not visible. We have reduced concentration, creativity, and decision making. Of course, this will affect our economy. We have increased health care and social support costs, a lot of loss of household income, increased poverty. And it is a factor that we must think about. We are all experiencing this at one level or another, and we need to think about it seriously. Now, how do we manage mental health conditions? We can do one prevention. Okay? How can we prevent mental health challenges or disorders in our society? One is by providing mental health education to the community. And I'm so grateful we have organizations, and psycho-spiritual wellness is one of them. Among others, we have Triple Palm that is taking care. And when they do take care of people who are living with drug abuse, there is a lot of education. In our university, that is St. Paul's University, and I'm so proud to be here with all these products of St. Paul's University. Can they maybe raise their hands wherever they are? Yeah, this is a great university, a university that we all need to identify with. We address these things and we prepare our students to handle these issues, to train, to be part of the healing, to be part of healing through so many social activities, providing counseling itself. That is one thing that we've been doing, and we've been doing so well, and I thank God for this. Apart from that, We need to have time to sleep, physical activities. We saw the team here doing a lot of physical activities. Very important, very, very important to do physical activity, to have strong social support system, to work together with others. When we have a sense of belonging, chances of mental health disorders decrease. This is very important. We need to have ability to identify early symptoms. Early symptoms. Early identification is one thing. Professional treatment, we need to go for counseling. We need to see psychiatrists for assessment. Let us not wait until it's too late. Family therapy and caregiving, very important. And the government has also a role in this. For those of us who are working with the government, and all of us, we can raise our voices so the government can do something. One, it is integrating mental health services into primary care service. Very important, including mental health care in universal health coverage. Very important for the government to do, and increase funding to promote mental wellness and other activities. And families can, I'm almost finishing. Families can also reduce chances of mental health by being there for our children, having family time, getting to know what is happening and having that sense of belonging. And schools and colleges can do so much, and here St. Paul's is one of those places where we are so concerned about our students. And if you want to know more, please visit us. Do you know where we are? In Nakuru? Yes, we are not far from the Central Police, where we have the cathedral of the ACK Church just there.